Just a few months ago, Chelsea looked like one of the biggest disappointments in European football. A club that had spent over £1 billion, changed 6 managers in just 2 years, and somehow still finished 10th in the Premier League. There was no identity, no consistency, no direction. Every season felt like another rebuild. Every transfer felt like another gamble. And honestly, it looked like Chelsea were getting further away from competing for the biggest trophies. But then, everything changed. Chelsea didn't just appoint another manager. They appointed the man who made history with Bayer Leverkusen. And now, they're about to complete what could become the biggest signing of the entire summer. If all of this comes together, this Chelsea team could become very, very scary. The biggest signing Chelsea have made this summer isn't Morgan Rogers. It's Xabi Alonso. Because Chelsea didn't just need another manager. They needed someone who could finally give this club an identity. And if there's one manager who's proven he can completely transform a football club, it's Xabi Alonso.
This man here, whether it's formation, whatever he's going to change, he's going to get in the dressing room and figure out which players he can rely on, which players he trusts, figure out the formation, which is a difficult task as well, but I have no doubts he can do it.
Just 2 years ago, hardly anyone expected Bayer Leverkusen to challenge for the Bundesliga title. They were a good team, but certainly not favorites. Then Alonso arrived. In his first full season, he led Leverkusen to an entire unbeaten Bundesliga campaign, becoming the first team in history to go through a full league season without losing a single match. Not only that, they finished the domestic season with a league and cup double, while putting together an astonishing 51-game unbeaten run across all competitions. But what made that achievement so special wasn't just the trophies. It was the football. Every player understood their role. The team pressed together, attacked together, defended together. There was a clear identity every single week, and that's exactly what Chelsea have been missing for years. Chelsea have had talented players. Now they finally have a manager who knows how to turn talented individuals into a football team, and Alonso has already started making his mark. Reports suggest Alejandro Garnacho isn't part of his plans because he doesn't fit the project. Meanwhile, Enzo Fernandez has been made one of the untouchable players in this squad. That tells you everything you need to know. This Chelsea team won't be built around reputations. It will be built around players who fit the system. And that's exactly how successful teams are built. But having a great manager is only half the job. The players have to fit the system. And that's where Morgan Rogers comes in. For weeks, Arsenal looked like the favorites. Mikel Arteta reportedly saw Rogers as one of the missing pieces in his attack. After the season he just had, that wasn't surprising. He scored goals, created chances, carried Aston Villa forward in transition, and proved he could perform consistently in the Premier League. Chelsea saw exactly the same player. But, unlike previous transfer windows, this doesn't feel like another expensive gamble. It feels like a player who perfectly matches what Xabi Alonso wants. Rogers can play on either wing, as a number 10, even through the middle when needed. He's powerful in transition, comfortable receiving the ball under pressure, works hard without possession, and constantly attacks defenders. Those are exactly the kind of players Alonso has always trusted. So when reports emerged that Chelsea had beaten Arsenal to a British record deal, it wasn't just another transfer. It was Chelsea sending a message. Morgan Rogers isn't the only reason Chelsea look exciting. Marco Palestra has already arrived to strengthen the defense. Enzo Fernandez is returning after another impressive World Cup campaign. João Pedro is coming off a season with more than 20 goals in all competitions. Cole Palmer will also be looking to regain himself after an average season. Moises Caicedo continues to develop into one of the league's most prolific midfielders. And now all of these players are going to work under one of the brightest tactical minds in football. For the first time in years, Chelsea's recruitment actually matches the manager's ideas. Every signing has a purpose. Every decision seems connected. And that's what should worry the rest of the Premier League. Will Chelsea win the title next season? It's too early to say. Football doesn't work like that. But what we can say is this. A few months ago, Chelsea looked like a club with no identity. Today, they have one of the most exciting young squads in Europe, one of football's smartest coaches. And if Morgan Rogers becomes the final piece of this summer's rebuild, then this really isn't the same Chelsea anymore. And that's exactly why the rest of the Premier League should be paying attention.